Yo, men and women can't be friends. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today's topic, men and women, can they be friends? If you put a poll up on Instagram or Facebook or something like that, majority of women are going to say, yeah, of course, men and women can be friends. Even a lot of men are going to say they can be friends. I think they would say that because they're trying to be politically correct, maybe, or, maybe they're already in the friend zone and, they don't want to ruin their chances. They don't want to, maybe they believe that they still have a chance and, being with this woman who they think they're friends with. So the truth of the matter is men and women can't be friends. I mean, a woman can be friends with a man, but a man cannot be friends with a woman. Why do I say this? Because if they're friends with a woman, it's because they want to have sex with them. For the most part. I mean, you do have certain men that maybe they grew up with this woman. It was a childhood friendship. They grew up together. Maybe they're co-workers. They built a bond together, something like that. I mean, there are some exceptions. There are some men that are friends with women, but why? I don't know why. I don't know why you would want to be a friend to a woman. There's no point. There's no point in being a friend with a woman unless you're getting sex from them. That's it. Now, why would a female be a friend to a man? Why does she have male friends? Because she benefits from it. Women benefit the most from being friends with a woman or being friends with a man, excuse me. Meanwhile, men get no benefits from it. Why do I say that? Because the benefit that a man wants, he doesn't get, which is sex. At the end of the day, men want sex. That is what we want. What do women want? They want all types of stuff from a man. They have a whole laundry list of things that they want from men. But men are pretty simple creatures, If a man is keeping you around as a friend, he's hoping eventually that he's going to get some sex from you. And if not, if he's a smart man, he wouldn't do that. A smart man would realize real quick, hey, I'm not getting any sex anytime soon. I'm going to have to move on. That's what a smart man would do. I encourage young dudes, it's hard because you learn. I think it's easier now because there's so much social media out. There's so many platforms out where you can learn how to deal with women. You're never going to understand women. And I'm not saying that you need to completely understand a woman, but you should try to understand female nature because they do have a nature, and you should try to understand that before you get caught up in something that you can't get out of. The problem with women is I would say a lot of women, they don't try to understand male nature because males have their own nature too. Why doesn't a man want to, most men, we don't really want to hang out with women. I can't stand hanging out with women. I mean, if I'm not having sex with anybody in that group, why would I want to be in a group full of women? We're totally different types of people. Our interests are different. When I'm hanging out with a bunch of guys, we're hanging out because we're usually doing stuff. We're usually doing certain activities or something like that. We don't usually, sit there and talk about our feelings. Of course you have that best friend where the person that you go to and you talk to them about your feelings. That's probably like that one guy, one of your best friends. But if you're in a group full of guys, you're not talking about feelings, you're probably talking about, money, getting money, buying toys, riding motorcycles, driving cars, sports, different type of things that typical men are into. And women, what do? They usually talk. They like to talk a lot. They go out with their friends. Let's go have lunch. Let's go have glasses of wine. They don't really do a lot of activities. You know, they don't usually do a lot of stuff, a lot of, exercising. Men like to go out and, we'll go out and box each other, because that's fun to us, right? So we're just totally different people in general. We don't really share the same interests, and that's how I feel. I don't like hanging out with women, and but you don't have to take it from me. This isn't somebody else who's wrote books about it. Is more of an expert than I am, but I would say I speak for the majority of men, and the majority of men are especially who men don't have access to sex. Most men don't have access to sex. Most men are not having sex. I would say, the top 5%, maybe 10%, I'm not sure the exact percentage. I would say those guys are banging the majority of the women. So you have the other, 90%, 95% that aren't getting any women, or they're in bad relationships or something like that, or they're in the friend zone, hoping that something happens to where he gets to have sex with this woman. But what do women have? Women are they're kind of like born into privilege. They're born into, because they control the sexual market. So they don't really have to work for sex. They just have it. It's just there. It's on hand. They don't have to do anything. All they have to do is go to a club. All they have to do is go to the grocery store. All they have to do is, show up. You show up, men will be there. Men will be there to talk to you, especially if you're, a top notch, good looking woman. You know what I mean? But even the ones that are not really that good looking, they still have more access to the average man. To the average man that's looking for sex, a below average woman has way more access to sex than an average man. But, don't take it from me.
What about what you said about a woman's company doesn't do anything for you if there's no sex involved, and you get better company from a dog?
That's not what I said. I said a dog is loyal. If you want loyalty, get a dog. I don't have any interest in hanging out with women.
Just a quick, you see how she kind of changed that up? Like, he said one thing, if you want loyalty, then get a dog. He didn't say that you should choose a dog over a woman. That's not what he said. He's just trying to say that dogs are loyal. So if you want that in something, if you want loyalty, then get yourself a dog, because dogs are known for being loyal. That's all he was trying to say. But she tried to kind of twist that around. It was kind of funny to me.
Just do things with them. Like, unless I'm intimate with them, what is the point? I just don't have that interest. Now, there's other guys out there that would disagree with me on that, and they want to have female friends, but they usually try to be friends with these women because they want to bang them. And I can promise you that this is accurate and verifiable and true on a balance of probabilities, because in almost every single case, whenever I've talked to a guy who's like, yeah, she's got these guy friends, I said, fine, take her phone and then text them and say, hey, I'm horny, let's bang, and see what they do. She's either going to freak out, or if he gets a chance to grab the phone, on a balance of probabilities, the guy's going to message back and start engaging in conversations about that. Because when men hang around women that they're not having sex with, it's because they want to have sex with them. It's generally not because they like to hear about their basket weaving stories or the political.
Can they want to have sex?
I mean, yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Shout out to Rich Cooper too, by the way. Yeah, I mean, if you're in that position and you just let's say a woman just randomly texts, you're friends, you're supposedly friends with that woman. If she randomly texts you, hey, look, I want to have sex, that man is going to jump at any moment. He's going to be like, okay, cool. I mean, because that's the reason he's your friend in the first place. He's not going to be questioning it. He might try to question it if he's one of those, beta type males that's like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, I don't know if are you comfortable with it? But he's already entertaining the idea. You know what I'm saying? You've already brought it to his attention. He's ready and willing. He been ready. He was just waiting for you to say something about it.
Sex with them, but also enjoy their company, even if it never leads to sex, the way they might enjoy the company of a guy.
In my view, from my position, only if it's a business transaction. So I'm working on a project right now, and the lead for one part of the project that I'm working on is a woman. I've had lunch with her twice. I've had several phone calls with her. I've got a conference call coming up very, very soon with her and another partner in the project. I have no trouble with that. That's absolutely fine, but I'm working on something.
Right.
I don't want to sit back and have, like, no offense, Irene, I'm sure you're a smart lady, but I mean, if you said to me, hey, let's grab a coffee and sit down and shoot the shit, I'm good. No thanks.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, it's different when it's work related and you're gonna go, have lunch with that person to talk about some business transactions that you guys are involved with. Now, let's say hypothetically she hit you up on like a Saturday, just saying that most people are off on Saturday, Sunday. Let's say you have weekends off. She hit you up on a Saturday, like, hey, you want to go out and have dinner? A man's automatic thought process is like, oh, this chick wants to bang. She wants to hang out with me, after work, other than work. This must not be work related. You know what I'm saying? So we're automatically going to be in that mindset, like, oh, this girl's trying to bang. You know what I'm saying? So, and right then we're going to have to make a decision. Like, do I even find this girl attractive? Because most men are not. Look at your guy friends, or the guys that say that they have female friends. If they say they have female friends, look how that female looks. Is she attractive? If she is, I'm talking like to the majority of people. Like, there's certain people that have this look that they're attractive to most people. That girl's pretty. She's pretty, or that girl's not pretty, whatever. But if she is an attractive person, 9 times out of 10, he wants to bang her. So most men that have female friends and they're an attractive individual, the male, then that woman's going to be attractive as well. Because men are going to they're not going to hang around with ugly chicks. They're not going to have friends as ugly chicks because they can't see themselves banging that chick. So why have a friend that you can't see yourself banging? You get what I'm saying? This is why but women can do that. Women can keep an ugly dude as a friend, a dude that they don't find attractive. They can keep him around. As long as he keeps being beneficial to her, he'll keep her around. So in this, camera losing focus a little bit. There we go. So yeah, in this particular situation, what he's talking about, this is a business transaction. So it's all good. We can go to lunch. We can talk about business and we can do that. And that'll be it, But if you ask me out on my day off, then I'm automatically thinking, hey, what you trying to do?
So why do you not I mean, I don't mean this towards me, but why do you feel this towards women in general?
Because I don't find women particularly interesting. I find the stuff that I want to do interesting. Guys will go and pretend to be friends with women, but it's because they want to have sex with them primarily. It's not because they want to
straight up
pick their brain on their political opinions or learn more about feminism.
Can there be exceptions to that?
I'm sure there's some exceptions, but on a balance of probabilities, most guys want to bang hot women that they're trying to be friends with.
So you've never been friends with somebody, with a woman, and it was a really good friendship?
Of course I have, but I wanted to bang them.
Okay, but let's say you couldn't bang them. Let's say they were in a relationship. Were you still friends with them, for a while, and it was a good friendship?
No, because you get frustrated after a while.
Why?
Guys,
Why be friends? Why?
Why do that? Zone. See, this is the thing that women don't understand about guys, is they think that, when you friend zone guys, that everything's okay. Oh, he's my buddy, he's my pal, we'll talk about stuff and we'll shoot the shit and all that sort of thing. But when they part ways, he goes home thinking about her, and she's thinking about Chad. She's thinking about somebody else.
About the bad boy.
It's
let's say you're not friend zoned.
Behavior. It's beta behavior.
So she's thinking about, they part ways. She's thinking about the bad boy. She's thinking about the dude that shows her no attention, that pays her no mind. That is who she's interested in, because that's intriguing to her. You understand what I'm saying? She's more interested in the guy that's low key and that she can't figure out. But the guy that gives her everything, the guy that's like the really good guy, she's not interested in. She knows everything she needs to know about you, and she's getting everything that she needs out of you. Why complicate that with sex and relationship stuff? She don't want that. She want the bad boy. She want the alpha male. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of dudes will say or act like, say that they're alpha. If you are alpha, you don't have to say that you are. You know what I'm saying? You could tell by your actions if you're beta or alpha.
And
Let's
men,
say,
in my view,
let's say,
should do a lot less
sorry.
of it.
Okay, well, let's say you're not friend zoned. Let's say you are viewed as an alpha male, but sex is just not an option. And why should you be frustrated? You can just have sex with someone else.
No,
She don't get the point. It's always an option.
You're completely missing the point. So, what do I do in my spare time? I go to the dojo and I box. I do Krav Maga. I'm a member of a supercar club. I drive fast cars with a bunch of friends of mine. There's no women in any of those scenarios.
Yeah, there are.
No.
There are women in martial arts.
Yeah. Okay. So let's use that example. So I go to the dojo, and just before my class start, the instructor's with this girl, and he's training her, and she's doing some striking exercises, and she's got there's nothing behind it. I mean, if I were to get into a round of a few fights, like a couple of 3 minutes rounds, it would be 2 hits. It would be me hitting her and her hitting the ground.
I'm not
There's no
saying you're
challenge
supposed
whatsoever.
to fight them. I'm saying women might have the same interests with you. Not that you should do
Yeah,
Krav Maga with a girl.
Right. But it's like the same thing going back to me riding the leader bike and hanging out with.
Yeah, I mean, basically what he's trying to say is that there's a big difference between men and women, and I understand that we all are equal in certain rights, in our rights to vote, in our rights as citizens of our country, whatever country that you're from. You are equal to that person, equal pay, all of that stuff. But there's certain things that you're just not. You're not physically as strong as a man. So the majority of jobs that require physical things, women don't want to do. There's not a lot of female construction workers. There's a reason for that. It's because they don't want to do the job, but they want to get paid the same as someone who does that job. But you're not physically capable of doing certain things, or you don't even want to do it. It's not even that you're physically capable of not doing certain things, is that you don't want to do it. You don't want to do those physical labor jobs for whatever reason. Most of this country was built by men. That's a fact. That's not even an opinion. That is a fact. Men built this country. They build most countries. They went to war for most. There was a long time where women couldn't even be in a war. They couldn't join the military. You know what I mean? So they most of these men have fought all these old wars that were out. Men were fighting those wars. They fought for these countries. They fought for land. And that's not to put down women. I'm all for women. I'm definitely all for women. There's just facts that go involved with this. He's talking about, men like to, engage in physical activities. You can't really, there's some physical activities that we just don't relate. We just don't relate. He's talking about, being in a dojo and, certain punches and stuff. A woman can't compete with him. Most women, there may be some, strong women. There might be a percent, maybe half percent of women that could hang with his strength, but that's not normal. That's not going to happen on a normal basis. So, and if she could, then he's not going to find her attractive anyway. Right. So what he's just trying to say is that the majority of things that he's into, women, especially when it comes to a physical aspect, women is not going to be able to compete with that. We are equals. We're equals, but we don't do the same things. We don't, even in a family environment, our roles are different in the family. You know, most of the time, a woman's role in the family is to control the love in the family. She is responsible for that. You know, and a man is usually someone that controls the discipline, the order in the family, you know, the decision making. You know, a lot of women like men who are assertive and know how to make decisions. That's attractive to them. So if you are someone, that's another advice for younger men, you know, coming up, you know, make decisions, learn how to make decisions. Don't boss your woman around. You don't have to boss your family around. You're not a dictator, you know, but make decisions. Simple stuff. Hey, a lot of women don't know where they want to go eat. It's not that they don't know where they want to eat. They just want you to make the decision. They don't want to have to deal with it. You know, there's certain things that they're good at dealing with, and there's certain things that men should learn how to be good at. And one of them is making decisions. So we just have different roles as men and women. We just have different roles.
With a chick that also rides motorcycles, but she's on a 250. Now, I don't know if you know the difference between a 250 and a leader bike, but it's like the difference between
250 is
a
small.
Bicycle and
You can't
a
keep
Ferrari.
up with that.
Right?
So
I mean, she's just not going to be able to keep up. So I don't have much interest in wanting to engage her at the dojo with some striking skills. I'd rather work, directly with the instructor, and he comes up to my level. Like when I do uppercuts, he feels it. Like he feels the power. When I watch the girls doing it, there's nothing behind it.
So you're saying that the way you bond with men is primarily doing physical things, and if you were to do the same physical things with women, it just wouldn't
Men
work?
do, women talk. That's
Okay.
that's the biggest difference between men and women. When men get together, we usually do stuff. When women get together,
Right.
it's over a glass of wine and they kind of shoot the shit, or they're doing a book club or something like that.
Yeah.
That's usually the biggest
Talk about
difference
the
between men and
feelings,
women
things
is
like
we
that.
like to do stuff. Like when I get together with my guys with a car club, we got the radios charged. There's like a dozen of us, maybe 24 of us. We have a destination in mind. We're egging each other on as we'll drive, and we're calling each other shitbags, on the radios. It's just, it's just a fun time. Like that's what guys do. And that's fine.
Don't-
And in some cases, there's women there. Sometimes my daughter comes along. Sometimes I've got my LTR with me. Sometimes I roll solo. Sometimes I bring a friend.
Yeah, you know what? He's not saying that women can't be interested in these things. Like there are a lot of women, I follow a YouTuber. I can't remember her name right now, but there's a couple of YouTubers that, they're really into cars. They're heavily into cars, and so they're automatically going to engage with a lot of male viewers because probably the majority of her followers are males, right? They're not females. She don't have a lot of female followers. They probably admire that about her, that she's into cars, but that a lot of them are not going to be interested in that. But a lot of the males are going to be, DMing her, telling her, why'd you put this certain type of intake on here? This, that, and the other, they're going to talk a lot of car talk with her. So there are a lot of women that are into things that men are into, and vice versa. There are some things that men are into that women like, and for me personally, I don't really like, what do you call those shows? Reality shows. I'm not into reality shows. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of women are into them. So sometimes you'll be in a relationship and, she'll want to watch that. So you got to watch it with her. You know what I'm saying? And you might even get into it. But does that mean that you're into the show? Like you can't wait till the next season comes on or nothing like that? You're still not interested in the show, but you're showing interest in it because she's interested in it, and that's what you kind of have to do when you're in a relationship. It's a give and take type of thing. She may go to a ball game with you. She may not be into football or basketball or boxing like we are. Because men are violent. We're violent creatures. We like violence. We naturally kind of like that stuff. And men and women are just like, they don't really find that interesting to them. And then the women that are in that stuff, like you see women that are in UFC and everything like that, it's cool. I don't like to watch women's UFC because I don't find that interesting. I don't like to see women beating up on each other. That's not attractive to me. That doesn't attract me. You know what I mean? I like to see men get down with each other and beat each other up. That's, so, but like I said, that's the difference. There's some women that are into that, and there's some women that aren't. Majority of women aren't.
It doesn't matter. Like, it's not like women are excluded from it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I would do those things with the supercar club with the dudes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How many women do you know that have a $300,000 McLaren?
I don't know any.
Okay. Well, I know about 24 guys that have a $300,000 McLaren. You see my point, right? Like, men and women have different interests.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it boils down to. I mean, men and women just have different interests. We're just not the same in that sense. We look at things different. We have different interests. We talk about way different things. It is good to have, women in the room when you're talking about certain subjects, but there's certain subject that you just wouldn't understand. Like when I asked this question to some of my, people that I work with, some colleagues that I work with, some of the women, they don't understand. They're just like, are you crazy? Of course. I have like 5 male best friends. I'm telling them they all want to bang you. You know what I'm saying? If you have 5 male best friends, they're all trying to bang you. I'm just letting you know. And they're just like, nah, are you crazy? They would never do that. No, are you crazy? Give them the opportunity. Yes, they will. At a drop of a dime, yes, they will. Look at yourself in the mirror. You're an attractive woman. You have a bunch of beta males surrounded by you, texting them at any given moment. You could just text one of these guys to go out somewhere. You could just, you always have options. Most guys don't have options like that. Most guys are at home on Tinder, on Bumble, on these apps, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out how to get a girl to come to their crib. That's what the majority of guys are doing. That's what women don't understand. Men don't have time for female friends. They don't have time for it. And if they do have time for it, they're just hoping that one day, man, I hope she give me this chance, man. I hope I get to hit this, man. That's all they're thinking in the back of their mind. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's plain and simple. In my opinion, men and women can't be friends. Women can friend zone men, but I always tell men, if I was, if someone asked me, would you be a friend to a woman? Never let a woman put you in the friend zone. Get out of there. You know what I'm saying? If you're not getting what you want out of it, it's time to bounce. So anyway, let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you agree. If you think I'm tripping, like women, if you're watching, let me know. Like, can men and women be friends? Is maybe I'm tripping. Maybe they can be, you know what I'm saying? But let me know why. Check out my Instagram. Follow me. It should be right here. Check me out on Instagram right here. Desire Nutrition. Got a supplement coming out soon. It's going to be on Amazon. Desire Nutrition, Desire Pre-Workout. Check it out. First product, Sour Punch, coming out. You'll get the link soon. It's already finished. It's already in production. It's already ready. I'm going to get it on Amazon soon. Let me know what you guys think. Till then, holla at your boy.